It's Wednesday. That's right. Did you know that? Well, you should know that unless you're not listening to this on Wednesday, in which case I feel bad for you because Wednesdays are pretty cool. There's some cool stuff that comes out on Wednesdays, like us. Geek stuff off the cuff. Holy crap. This weekend, May 1st, Avengers Age of Ultron. I'm going to be out at the Plainfield Carmike Metropolis 18 at the 10:30 showing. So if you want to come out and join me and my wife, you're more than welcome to. Come on out. We'll save you a seat. Maybe. I don't know if that's actually going to happen or not. But you're still welcome to join us. So, yeah, 10 or 10:30 at the Carmike Metropolis 18 in Plainfield. We've already got our tickets, so you should be out there as well. Next Monday, May 4th, Tony and I are going to be up in Carmel, or if you live in Carmel, it's pronounced Carmel, for the Fooleries 1-year anniversary party. We're going to be there from about 4 till like 6 or 7, something like that. You have to be there to win your prizes, and they're giving away all cool, lots of Star Wars stuff. If you're a Star Wars fan at all, you need to be out there, or up there, I should say, at the Foolery. They are located at 25 West Main Street, Carmel, Indiana, 46032. We will see you guys there from 4 until 6 or 7. Find them on Facebook, like them, let them know that we sent you their way. My book of the week, you need to check out Batman, The Dark Knight Rises. This is a quintessential book from Frank Miller that you have to read. He also came out with another one called The Dark Knight Strikes Again. I'm not a big fan of that one. I actually prefer The Dark Knight Returns. And then Frank, because we're on first name basis, he's getting ready to come out with The Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, and he has not completed that yet, but he will soon. So check it out, Batman, The Dark Knight Rises. On behalf of everybody, enjoy Avengers Age of Ultron, and we shall see your ears next week. Have fun.
I do like to hear my own nose.
Well, if you can hear it, you'll hear it on the...
Everybody can hear it.
Everybody hear it.
And we got a little echo in here.
I know, yeah, there's...
I guess last time we were here, we recorded...
In your office.
Yeah, in the man cave.
So that just means everybody has to get like a little bit closer to the microphone.
We're like in the Palladium.
We're in your living room, which is a funky mint color.
Has this started?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is it. Yeah, I started a while ago.
We don't really...
I'm Tom Schreiner.
Thank you for introducing yourself to the masses.
Well, you just ruined the big introduction that we had for you, but whatever.
Well, okay.
Tom is Tony's brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And tonight, it is Friday night. Doesn't matter which Friday it is, but it is Friday night, and we're having like a game night, a guy's game night.
Yeah, exciting. It does matter what Friday night it is. It's Friday night,
that's
October
true.
17th, 1992. This is the Friday night. The Family Matters is on.
Yeah, it's
TGIF.
We have it on mute. There's our goal.
Step by Step is up next.
I hear Full House is coming back.
That is accurate.
Not that it hasn't never left.
Right.
I'm excited about it a little bit. I was never a huge Full House fan, but I'm kind of excited. I like the fact that I like the fact that they're trying to bring back the old actors and not just like redo things.
Right.
Like they're trying to do a continuation off of, they don't want to change anything that's in the past. They don't want to say, no, we're going to redo the entire storyline. They're just going to say, well, let's pick up from, theoretically 12 years down the road. This is what would be going on. Uncle Jesse is, a traveling musician or whatever.
Traveling alcoholic. Ever since Aunt Becky left him. I don't know. It's cool. I think one of the biggest things, the reason that things are like this are happening, is because people like the prospect of it, but I'm not sure how much it translates into viewership, because it's happened in the past before. Like the big example that I can think of is like when Golden Girls went off the air, and then they gave it, like a year or two.
And then they came out with the cereal
3 out of the
Golden
4
Grams?
Golden Graham. No, 3 out of the
It's a good
4
cereal.
came back for a show called Golden Palace.
really?
And they were like running a retirement home or something like that. And
I don't
do not
remember
remember
anything about this.
My point exactly, because people get excited about it, but then they don't remember it. There's one on right now called Girl Meets World. It's on Disney.
Yeah, we've all heard about that one.
Yeah, but have you been watching it?
Well, no, I don't have cable.
I have 20 episodes on my DVR unwatched because Emily loves Boy Meets World, loves it.
Who didn't?
The Girl Meets World is just sitting there waiting for somebody to take a look at it. Nobody's done it yet.
I did not watch Boy Meets World.
Well, you're not a human.
I'm actually I'm an authentic cyborg from the future.
I believe that. No, Girl Meets World, your parents love it, I think, Tony.
Well, that's another case in point why it's probably not going to do well. No, I'm joking. But there's other things coming out too, like Coach is back.
It's coming back.
Coach
It
is
is
coming
coming
back.
back.
Yes,
It's coming
Coach is
back.
coming back.
I love that idea.
I mean, it seems cool.
Craig
but-
T. Nelson for president.
Oh,
right here.
well, I don't know about president,
Wow.
but
Star Trek
Better
started-
than the options that are
yeah,
coming.
than weather right now.
Star Trek started it all when Star Trek Next Generation.
Aren't they? Isn't
not quite the
CBS doing
continuation.
something with the Star Trek? They want to do another series.
They want to. They haven't. They've been dancing around it for a while now. Last I heard is that they thought that they were going to do something revolving around Worf from the Deep Space
Commander
Nine.
Worf.
Yes, he's captain now.
Captain Worf.
But yeah, they haven't
Michael
pulled
Dorn.
they haven't pulled the trigger on
He'll
it.
be on the podcast next week.
Yeah, perfect.
That's a great get.
That would
That's
be
a great
an
get.
amazing.
That'd be cool.
Can you do our podcast and then our voicemails, and then just call random people that we know and
Yes.
tell them? Can you order pizza
I
as
need you
Worf
to
right now?
scare my dog into obeying my every command.
So this whole talk about TV, Daredevil on Netflix.
Yes, yeah.
Has anybody seen it yet?
No, it just came out,
No,
what,
just
today?
today.
It came out
Yeah.
today. I watched the first episode. I am very excited about this show.
Cool.
I don't know how you only watched one episode. I don't like
I've
to
watched
do
the
that on
first
Netflix.
season. No.
Yeah, well, show season, that's the same thing. No, I only got to watch one because I have two small children,
Right.
and I had to clean the house, and I failed to do so during the day. So we watched Daredevil while we always watch a show together. My son and my daughter and I, we always watch a show together. And today was, normally it's Jimmy Fallon. It's the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. My son just goes ballistic and
Good picks,
bonkers.
yeah.
Yeah, he loves doing the introduction. Now, you don't know my son, but my son's autistic.
Okay.
So whenever they do the big introduction, and they have that, and here's Jimmy Fallon, it doesn't matter what Oliver's doing. He will stop. He will run out there, and he doesn't communicate fully, but you can tell what he's trying to say.
Sure.
And he'll run out and just yell it along with him. And then as soon as Jimmy's on stage, he's done, and he'll go back to eating or playing or whatever
Wow.
else. And it's just
Awesome.
this weird connection that he's got.
A lot of people have that connection with Jimmy. He's very captivating.
He's a good guy. He's a solid guy. But Daredevil, the first 7 minutes, maybe 8 minutes, there. I'm going to try my best not to spoil anything, but there's a fight scene.
But Thanos.
Oh, dang it! That would have blown. I wouldn't have been able to come here today. I'm not doing anything but watching the rest of this entire series. No, not Thanos, which would have been amazing. But it was just it was in my mind's eye, it was a very simple fight scene.
Yeah.
But it was very organic and very dirty and gritty and how you expected it. Like, I think everybody, when they think of Daredevil, especially when they think of a theatrical version, is Ben Affleck.
Sure.
And
The greatest version
For better
of
or
anything.
worse.
Exactly. But the overly choreographed big fight scenes
Yeah.
and whatnot, I was not a fan of. And this is just, I mean, I know it sounds so simplistic, but when you watch it, you'll realize, no, just the way that he's fighting is just, it's not, shot, cut away.
Right.
It's long, drawn out fight scenes where he's just
That's awesome.
ripping into these guys, and you get excited about it. But then he has another scene where he's speaking to a Catholic priest, and he's talking about, again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but Thanos was the Catholic priest.
My.
This is intriguing.
Yeah, what a twist!
We're going to cancel this show right now.
But I'm a big fan of scenes that are in one take, where they don't have a lot of cutaways, where it's all done in one spot.
Birdman.
And yeah, a lot of Birdman. And that whole thing, that whole scene of Matt Murdock talking to the Bishop, there was one cutaway at the beginning, and then the rest of it is just a solid 3 minutes of him talking about his dad and how his dad impacted his life and everything. You just saw him go through that emotional transformation. And that 3-minute scene was more than Ben Affleck in the entire movie of Daredevil. It was really, really good. And now, saying that, there are already a few things that I don't care for, but I'm going to try to overlook that to see how things work out down the road. I can't talk about what they are because it would be real spoilers. But oh my gosh,
I'm excited to check it out.
You have to.
Is it supposed? I haven't done any research or reading into it, but is it supposed to be based on Frank Miller's Daredevil, Man Without Fear?
I don't know. It feels like it is.
I mean, if it is, that was one of the first comic books I ever read.
It's a real. It could, because it's got that real in the gutter, just that. The gritty's the only word I can think of.
The Frank Miller-esque.
Yeah. Yes. Well, yes. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Millerosity, yes. Yeah, I've heard good things. I've heard, I don't think it's a major spoiler to say that in episode 2 or 3, there's an extended fight scene, like a 10-minute long scene in like a corridor that's like supposedly like that, like the one long take thing that's just out of this world. That people are just going balls over.
I have not heard that, but now I'm leaving game night. I'm
That's
leaving
fair.
after here.
Let's just cancel game night. We just call it Daredevil night. And
This has been another episode of Geeks Off the Cover. Good night. Take care. God bless. Bye.
Hit play. So anyway, Daredevil, definitely need to go watch that.
Cool.
So
it's in my queue.
well, it needs to be the front of your queue. Tom, what do you do, my friend?
I am a stay-at-home father,
Okay.
but I do many things. I'm a graphic designer by trade. I've helped Tony on a bunch of projects.
An excellent graphic designer. He's designed the covers, all my books.
Yeah, best-selling novels, best-selling review books, gore score.
7-time #1.
He's talked about it before.
bestseller. No big deal. It's fine.
It's pretty huge.
Find it
And I
on
designed
Amazon.
the cover.
Yeah.
Which is what made it the bestseller, right?
Correct.
Really?
I mean, when people look on Amazon, that is what they see.
Welcome
see
to
the cover.
Amazon.
Ooh.
Please enjoy this Tony Schaab book. Go somewhere else if you have to. Search the site if you must, but here's what you're looking for.
Wow.
That's the page I get anyways. I don't know about everybody else. But,
Among those things, among being a graphic designer, I'm also a big fantasy football enthusiast. I help run a site. It's called fflockerroom.com. And it's all about sports, which we can end it there.
We can talk. It's okay to be geeky about sports. I think you can be excited.
fantasy
and be geeky
football is
about
like
it.
the tabletop gaming of the sports world, essentially. I mean, it is like, it is
it's
generally
very
like
geeky.
it's gaming for sports.
So you guys both do fantasy football.
Yes.
Yep.
We both
Is it?
are commissioners and
How does the
each other's
process?
leagues.
Let's just. You've got somebody. I have done fantasy football, but the extent of the fantasy football that I've done was I set up my team and that was about it, and I was done. So I'm not probably to the level that you guys play with.
Well,
we're level 1 masters.
Yes.
I mean,
but you're the kind of player that we like in our leagues because it's easy to
Yeah,
roll you.
yeah.
no, stop it. You stop that.
No, you're right. No, like different leagues are designed to do different things. Certain leagues will allow players to kind of do that, to kind of come in and just set it up and kind of go. Certain leagues, like I'm a commissioner of a league that is designed to make a manager be active, and if you're not active, your team will essentially be deleted by the middle of the season. So there are varying levels of fantasy football for the average player, for the hardcore player, things like that. But essentially, the idea, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that you take people that you believe are going to perform the best on any given week. You can shuffle them around. You can make a starting lineup each week, every Sunday, because football, they play mostly on Sundays, some Thursday and Monday games, but you can set your lineup each week, and hopefully your people score more points. You get fantasy points based on their production in real life. How many yards they throw for, how many catches they get, if they get touchdowns, how the defense does, things like that. And your job is to have your team perform at a better rate than your opponents. Every week you get a different head-to-head opponent. And if you perform better, then you win that week. And usually the people at the end with the most wins go on to the championship, and
We get a
win
big
the league.
belt and a trophy.
Yeah. Many
You get a legitimate belt.
fine
No,
wines. Now it's like
maybe not a legitimate.
It's like a
trophy,
cloth
but-
belt. You don't really.
Oh.
It's not.
It's made out of cotton.
You need to invest in like a solid leather belt and then bedazzle it.
We should. Well, there's a show on FX called The League where they do it's like a comedy show about people in a fantasy football league, and they've got this like massive trophy that they pass around, and then they've got a crappy little trophy for the loser, and the loser every year has to do whatever the winner says. Like that's like the thing. So there's varying levels of intensity in fantasy football, and we probably skew on the more intense side.
I would say so. Yeah, and I would move towards doing what the league does. I would like to do something like that, being a 2-time champion in your league.
Yeah, but this is a sore subject. We're not going to get into it.
Wow. No, this might be a good venting position. How do you really feel about losing every single time to your brother-in-law?
Well, it's not. No, here's the thing. All right. Okay. So here we go. Can of worms opened. Okay. So no. My league has been going on for about 8-9 years, I think, and up until last year, we had every year a different person had won. I had won one, Tom won one, the other people had won one. We'd never had a repeat champion. And last year, my league culminates in the postseason of the NFL. So the Super Bowl is the last game for us. Most leagues don't do that. Most leagues stop at the regular season. Mine
Here we go,
continues
folks.
on. So
Here we go.
That's why my league is awesome. So I was winning by like 60 points, like a ridiculous amount. Like it was like guaranteed it was already in my pocket. Like I had gotten married the day before. I was going on the honeymoon the next day. In between was the Super Bowl. I was like, can't lose. I had 2 really good players on Denver. This is when Denver played Seattle. This is just last year, right? Yeah. Denver played Seattle. And it was like, okay, it's going to be a good game. I've got 2 really good players in Denver, an okay person from Seattle. I got it. And Seattle just freaking rolled Denver. Like Denver did nothing they were supposed to do. And what was the final score of that game? It was
a lot to a little.
35-3 or something insane. So the guys that I had vastly underperformed. And Tom had a few people that did very well. And he got 3 points higher than me?
It wasn't by much.
No, I was up by like 45 and he got like 48 points. And he managed to sneak in front of me there. So,
but everything that he did, from what it sounds like, was completely legit.
It absolutely was. In fact,
so you can seal up your can of worms because there's really nothing that I can see.
I'm more upset at Denver.
Well, of course. That's
I think
the real life aspect of the game, which makes it fun.
Let's call Mr. Denver right now.
Yes, yes, Bob. You guy. No, yeah, no. I mean, I have nothing to be upset. Like, there's nothing that I could control, and especially at the way our postseason goes, it wasn't like I could have put in different people and done better. It wasn't like I made a bad choice. It was like, these are the players I had.
He made a bad choice at the very beginning.
No, but I didn't, because without those players, they wouldn't have got to the Super Bowl. They wouldn't have got me to the point that I needed to be in a position to win. It was literally a no-win scenario. It's Kobayashi Maru all over. No-win scenario. It's a Star Trek reference.
But even in that, he figured out a way of making it work.
Well,
he cheated. I could have cheated and won. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it was close. It was close. It was very hard fought. It was a close game.
It made it for an exciting finish.
It did. It really brought down your weekend, though. I mean, you had just gotten married.
It did.
Going on your honeymoon. You were at the airport when this all happened, I think.
Turned it into it. No,
you were texting me bad language.
Yeah, no, we didn't go to the airport till like 4 a.m. So I was watching it while Emily was still packing her bag because she was getting all of her stuff together. And I vividly remember I ordered Papa John's and ate a whole thing of breadsticks by myself. I was like binge eating, watching this game.
Crying.
I was crying and breadsticks and the cheese sauce and like, come on, just
I need one catch. I need one catch.
Literally, I just needed one catch. Maybe a field goal. No. That's right. No, it was like 35-6 because they finally did score. And instead of Prater coming out and kicking the field goal, or Elam, they went for 2, and I couldn't even get a point for my field goal guy, or my kicker. So,
Kobayashi Maru is falling asleep.
Okay, Doctor Who. Wait, what? Yes, let's go.
So yeah, there's fantasy football for
That's it in a nutshell.
That's good stuff.
I wish there was that type of a thing for nerds and for geeks.
There was for a while.
I think this is for nerds and geeks. Yeah. I mean, for a lot of us are. I mean, look, Tony and I, we're hardcore fantasy football.
A non-sports thing.
There was
because you kind of have to watch and you have to
You do have to appreciate it.
Yeah, I think that being a nerd or being a geek or whatever else, even any passion that you have to have that extra level of dedication for whatever it is.
Yeah.
And like I couldn't get into fantasy football because all of the extra stuff that would go on top of it in regards to making sure that players weren't injured and making sure that certain, teams were playing and weren't playing, and you have to be on top of that.
Yeah.
That's stuff that I wouldn't enjoy. So
Right.
if they had a fantasy type of a thing that a fantasy type thing that was more non-sports related, something, because then I'd probably be able to get into it more.
Yeah. I have just the thing for you, Jared.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if you like. I used to work for Blockbuster Video.
And what was that?
It was amazing. It was probably my favorite job of all time.
Really?
Yes, I thoroughly enjoy movies and learning about box office and directors and actors and all those kinds of things.
And that's where I met my sister.
It is where I met your sister and later married her. And
Did you marry her at a
I
Blockbuster?
betted her. No. So yes, I was there when she first came in for her interview, and it was magic since then. But anyway.
We're going to be together forever,
Yes,
just like Blockbuster is going to be around forever.
I'll never 3-day return you.
That's nice. That is nice.
Anyways, carry on.
But so if you're interested in some kind of fantasy, I guess this isn't really fantasy.
No,
but
this is what I was gonna mention earlier.
really,
The movie thing, yeah.
what movie thing?
The movie isn't. I'm not sure.
I'm curious
this is
what you're talking
about.
about.
Okay.
But
I'm
if
not-
you want me to continue,
You continue.
okay.
And then if we don't say the same thing that I was thinking of, I'll say something else.
Then I'm going to jump in and stop you and say, no, you're wrong. I'm going to take over from there.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not really fantasy, I guess, but if you're interested in the box office aspect of movies, there is a site out there. It's called Hollywood Stock Exchange, and it's all fictional. It doesn't mean anything, but you get to play with fake money, and you bet on movies, upcoming releases. You can bet on actors or what they're going to make in a given weekend, and it's a lot of fun if you just want to think you're smarter than the general public, I guess. Hollywood Stock Exchange.
Is there a mobile version for it?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know if it has a mobile version. I mean, I'm sure you can view it on your phone if you have a big enough screen.
That's true. You can do
All
that.
right. Well, I'm going to look it up. Was that what you were going to talk
Yeah,
about?
absolutely. Everything you just said was my idea. So
Tony made the site. I'm pretty sure he makes a lot of money with it.
Yeah, if you type in Hollywood Stock Exchange,
founder,
it redirects you to Gore Score.
the Gore Score, right? It's essentially Amazon extended. So yeah, that's right.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, see, like that's something that I would be able to get into. I would be all about being able to, even movies that I didn't think might necessarily be the biggest one. I guess a lot of people are going to be putting a lot of money on Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Yeah, I think Avengers last time I looked was somewhere around $524 million.
Right, because that's what
Dollars.
it's just like in fantasy football. The players or the movies that are expected to be better, you're going to have to spend more on. It's not it's a varying rate of return. Or if you find like a Birdman that you can buy low and it makes way more money than it was expected, that's where you quote unquote win.
Correct.
Have you've seen Birdman? Mm-hmm. Have you seen Birdman?
No,
What are your thoughts?
I loved it.
I know.
I absolutely loved it.
Super upset that I haven't seen it.
I went into it knowing that it was going to be different. Mm-hmm. So that part of it didn't shock me, and it was very different. But I thought it was amazing. I thought the acting was amazing. I won't say too much with Tony not having seen it.
I'm sorry.
But I mean, did you enjoy it as well?
I haven't seen it.
Oh well, there. Okay, I'm glad we can talk about it.
Wah, wah.
No, I just wanted to find out your thoughts. I mean, if you were it was okay, then
No, I really enjoyed it.
I mean, we're really far behind in movies. Like theater for me or my wife to go to a theater and watch a movie there. You're a dad. There's a lot of extra steps. Well, we're all dads. Yeah. It takes extra steps rather than when we had no kids and we could just go, hey, let's go check out a movie. It's a lot easier. Now you got to find babysitter. You got to make sure that you can actually get the free time. And there's a lot of extra steps that are involved now. But I say that I'm loving Redbox. So as soon as things hit Redbox, Then I can like Interstellar. I just now saw Interstellar.
See, I haven't seen that.
You haven't?
No, but
have you seen it?
I really want
we
to.
saw it opening weekend.
Oh.
Yeah,
He's so up to date.
pretty awesome.
Interstellar, good movie.
I
Definitely check
really
it out.
want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Watch Daredevil first, and
The whole
then
season?
The whole season twice.
Then Interstellar.
Yeah, because because that's Interstellar has Thanos, and that connects the two together.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I mean Interstellar.
McConaughey
space.
is Thanos.
Oh my gosh.
We have my Infinity Gauntlet. That's a terrible impersonation.
He's got all the gems.
Are you in a
all
Chrysler?
right.
Are you in a Chrysler?
Yeah, so I'm driving around in a Chrysler, thinking about my Infinity
So that's
gems.
just your inner monologue that's
Yeah.
going on. Gonna get.
I've been looking for Infinity Gems before they was cool. Before everybody knew what an Infinity Gem was. I don't know.
That was better. That was
Okay,
better.
I'm getting there.
It's a wandering accent.
If you were in a diner looking out at the rain.
Yeah.
These raindrops remind me of my soul gem.
My glove is very sparkly. I've wandered into like Australian or something. I don't know.
You've wandered into Russell Crowe territory.
People pretty much assume that Matthew McConaughey is on the show tonight. So
Give them what they want.
That is going to be tonight or this episode's title. I think is whatever the episode is featuring Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
But Matthew,
I can
I'm
do a
just going to
good-
put Matt McConaughey, so it's not any type of a.
Do you think he has his name trademarked?
What's McConaughey? It's McConaughey. I mean, he's a weird guy.
Yeah.
I would definitely see that.
You spell it wrong. Make him
McConaughey.
Make him like the gay version, Matthew McConaughey.
Hey.
Interstellar, y'all.
Is that allowed in Indiana?
I don't know.
Whoa! Here we go. Yeah, let's.
We haven't
Does
really
this
had
go
a
political here?
We
No,
really don't.
We've never touched into the whole political realm.
I could go on for days.
I would be interested if we could get a politician to come on the show.
Yeah.
And then just be like, hey, let's talk about X-Men. Hey, let's talk about board games and tabletop.
Let's talk about SB 101. Jump.
Just jump on it. RFR8.
Answer. Now, don't think.
Governor Pence, I heard you're a huge Catan fan, so I must ask, what the fuck? SB 101, what?
Oh, there's another one. Don't get me started.
We're going to have, Tom's going to start up his own podcast about his own. I think there's probably a lot of podcasts that talk about their own political views. There's a lot of podcasts that talk about geeky, nerdy related things.
Well, that's
so.
one thing that you've started to do more and more lately now is you've taken your graphics artist stuff and you're doing political cartoons, yes?
I have started to do some political cartoons, yes. If you're on Facebook, you can look up Tom Schreiner political cartoons.
I am on Facebook. What are the odds?
I think you like my page. I only do it when I really, really, really feel like I
Get
have to.
PO'd at something. I'm so mad I just got to
Which it does seem like there's more and more of those times.
Yeah, this is
But,
true.
Yes.
It's Indiana. It's always going to be like that. Indiana's that
gosh,
one
I
state
hope
that's
not.
like, what's everybody else doing? All right.
What could we do dumber?
Let's
Yeah.
go that way instead.
Well,
Get
but-
some national attention.
Unfortunately, it's not just Indiana. It's
Yeah, you're
we're
right,
very
there's-
much in the same boat of half of the country, which is more disturbing. That is the most disturbing part of it.
It's true. It's true.
You can't just move away.
Yeah.
The state next to us is doing it too.
For the listeners that have no idea what we're talking about, I encourage you to just do a quick Google search for Indiana law.
Indiana would probably do it. Just Indiana. You'd probably come up pretty quick.
It's very yeah. It's gonna be a page one Google search.
It'll be
result.
right above corn manufacturing.
Yeah,
Right below Bobby Knight. Just below Bobby Knight.
but it's gonna be parallel with Holiday World. It's gonna be
Yes.
right there. It's
Holiday
gonna
World and Parks
back
and Rec. They're
forth.
going to be very even. Very
Unfortunately,
even.
Kimmy Schmidt will also be there, and Kimmy Schmidt has also made us look dumber.
I have not. That's another Netflix show that I have not seen. I need
so
to
good.
watch
We
it.
watched the whole. Oh my goodness! Oliver
Yeah.
loves that opening theme song.
That's funny.
I sing that theme song
Yeah,
at night
it's
to Jill.
it's
to
kind
my
of
wife.
crazy. I'll make a future self put that theme song at the end of this episode so people can
There you
enjoy
go.
it. It's a fun ditty. It's the same guys who did the. Have you heard it?
I've not heard it. No.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about, right, Tom?
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's very catchy, and I do love it just like you do.
Yeah, it's the remember how many years ago was that? 2 or 3 years ago when was it Chicago? Some dude broke into somebody's house and I think he attempted to rape or do some type of malicious activity to somebody else.
Okay.
And then they did an interview with that person's, I think, brother. And he was just going on this big rant about hide your kids, hide your wife. And these brothers got a hold of it and did like an auto-tune song to it and created this big sensational song hit with just their auto-tune and whatnot. So Tina Fey and their creative team hired them to do the theme song for the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. And
I did not know that. That's...
Yeah. If you look it up on YouTube, what you can do is you can watch the original like newsreel footage, and then you can watch what they did with it, because the song's actually a lot longer. It's like a 2.5 minute song, but you get to watch everything that they talked about, and then the normal interview where he was talking about everything and whatnot, about the girls coming up and all that jazz, and then to take that jump and then hear what was it, Shmo Yoho, I think that's their creative team or whatnot, or whatnot. To hear what they did with it, highly recommend it. So at the end of this episode, I'll put it on there. That way you guys can all listen to it and
so
enjoy
stay
it.
till the end, everybody.
Yeah, if you haven't
Always
tuned
stay
out
till the
already,
end.
when we hit Indiana politics,
Always stay to the end.
and you hear that just gigantic everybody hitting stop on their Android device.
You don't want to miss the post-credit scene. You got to stay to the end.
That's true. That's our Marvel moment.
Yes, although now you won't have to, at Age of Ultron, you won't have to stay to the end. Marvel said there's no post-credit scene in Age of Ultron.
What?
I don't
know.
believe them.
That's
I don't believe them,
bullcrap.
and I will stay till the end.
As most people
Daredevil.
will. Yeah, Daredevil and Thanos having a beer.
Daredevil walking across the room into a wall and falls down.
Illustrated by Don Hertzfeld. Just walk. Be sweet. No, they said no. They said no post credit scene. Now they didn't say anything about mid credits.
Mid credits.
Whatever.
But
It's whatever. There better be several things. There better be so many cool not Daredevil.
Six spoilers.
Yeah, Deadpool better walk by.
yeah. With, skipping by with Spider-Man, hand in hand, holding hands, skipping by.
I'll be in heaven.
What are some other ones that we would like to see? I wouldn't mind seeing Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
I would like to see Doctor Strange.
I wouldn't mind seeing Ghost Rider drive by in his on his motorcycle, and in his carriage car could be the Punisher. I'm just trying to think of characters that they have the rights back to, but they're not using.
But
for
it's not
some
like
reason.
a cool horn. He still has to use
No.
like one of those little or a ting 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 ting.
Yes. Punisher's got one of those little helmets on with one little spike at the top. Yeah, I like where this is going.
And then Ghost Rider refers to Punisher as Boy Wonder, just to rub it in a little bit more.
It's good.
What about you, Tom? Anything you want to see?
I think you guys have pointed out most of the characters. Deadpool, though, I'm super excited about the Deadpool movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Deadpool's one of my favorite. He was one of a lot of people's favorites characters of all time. But
F.U. Slater. I listened to that again the other day, and I'm like,
That's good stuff.
The whole movie's going to be amazing.
I'm excited about
And then
it.
they're going to connect it because he's going to be in Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Yeah, whole thing.
That would make total sense. If
A lot is making sense. That's the good
if
thing.
Deadpool did a wrap up at the end of the movie, the credits were going, and then all of a sudden you just saw Deadpool walk on and go, "Oh, hey guys,
Yeah.
don't forget my movie coming out next year."
Now,
would be great.
speaking of someone who legitimately needs to be in Age of Ultron and say, "Don't forget my movie," do you realize we're less than 90 days away from the premiere of Ant-Man, and
yeah.
we haven't heard anything about it hardly?
Keeping a very small profile.
Anything. That wah-wah.
Well, Yellow Jacket just came
Small
out yesterday.
profile. Yeah, I did see that.
Yellow Jacket looks really, really cool.
Because I feel like they were like, okay, we're on an Age of Ultron push. Everything's going well. I feel like we're forgetting something. Crap, Ant-Man.
Hey, what about me, guys?
throw a freaking promo image out there. I mean, because he was. Granted, I know it was more Hank Pym than.
Yeah.
But a member of the Avengers, it would make sense for him to be in there somewhere. So.
I have a feeling that before you see Paul Rudd, you'll see a flashback with Douglas or Douglas's character at a younger age.
I could see
because
that.
Isn't what's her name, the chick who plays Peggy Carter? Isn't she supposed to be in Age of Ultron?
Haley Atwell.
Sure. I don't know her real name. I don't stalk her.
Yes, she is. She is in the age of. You should stalk her. She is in the age of Ultron.
So I mean,
so there's some kind of flashback.
Yeah, there's got to be some sort of a flashback.
You're right. But she's like 1940s, 1950s era. He would be like, I know that Michael Douglas is old, but he would be
is
like,
he playing that old?
I don't know, because he'd be like 12.
Michael Douglas is very old.
I don't know, maybe.
He's like 60s.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it could happen. I'd be interested. I think I think we'll get a Black Panther sighting. I believe that because
there's going to be a lot of sightings.
Yeah.
I feel like we won't know who they are.
Well, we talked about just a few episodes ago. I talked about how
last episode.
Yeah, that's right. At the premiere, Marvel gave out the guest list for the premiere, and they had people who were going to be able to be interviewed on the red carpet. And two people they had on the red carpet were two names of two actresses that no one had ever heard that they were in the movie before. And one of them got moved to the special guest column on the next day's correction, but there's still one. It was Linda Cardinelli and Julie Depley.
Susan Sarandon?
No, Julie Depley. But one of them got moved, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. I mean, I don't want to wait, but
comes out on my birthday weekend. I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out. I've gotten a lot of response though from social media about everybody saying my buddy Christopher, he got married last year, and I did his wedding. He said that he's down for going.
Like a meetup, yeah?
Yeah, doing a meetup, just going to a theater. I still think it'd be a lot of fun to do two recordings, do a pre-recording to talk about what we're excited about seeing, talk about maybe the first Avengers, what we liked, what we didn't like, and everything else. Yeah. And then doing a post-movie recording and talking about, oh my goodness, just make it super spoiler heavy.
Just throw it out there.
I mean, if we tell people beforehand and say, listen, this is going to be full of spoilers. Yeah. We're going to tell you about everything that happened. We're going to tell you the weight of the dookies that they took throughout the movie.
You're going to know. This is heading.
Yes, I figured you would. I don't know. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I think that'd be.
I'd like you guys to do a live show at the theater in the line.
Just set up
a midnight show kind of thing. I feel like this is one of those movies I would actually get up to go see a midnight show of. There's not many.
Well, the midnight show has gone the way. I mean, it has gone the way of the Blockbuster video, if you will, because now we can go to
can go
to like a 7.
Too soon?
Yeah, we can go to like a 7 p.m. on a Thursday. I mean,
that's
I don't know.
I can get off to work. I can get off. No, you can. I can get off work, have a nice dinner, and go to a 7 p.m. show.
I don't remember seeing a 7 p.m. show on a preview screen.
Absolutely. Well, because now the midnight showings have bumped in. So
you know what? You guys keep talking. I'm going to look up.
No, I've already looked. Both Studio Movie Girl and AMC have showings as early as 7.
Wow.
Well, then forget it.
Because
Tony's right.
AMC's gone one step further.
That's the one. He gets one a day.
Lifetime. Okay. Well, a day. Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
For me.
Wait, you better stick around.
Your wife might not allow you that many.
Stick around until 12:01, sucker. We'll talk again. No, because AMC is doing the two feature. At 4:30 they're showing Avengers, and then at 7 they're showing Age of Ultron. And then you've heard me. This will be like the third episode that I've talked about this on now. Like they're really cool places.
Yeah.
We're doing the 28-hour marathon.
Are there breaks? I mean, for that. I mean, I think
if you're
that
a wuss, there are breaks.
I am a wuss. I'd need at least refills on popcorn.
I would imagine they give you like 10 minutes in between each show or something like that. Yeah,
I think that.
But Tony
would
wouldn't do that.
No,
he would go to the doctor, get a catheter put in, and be like, "Let's do this."
Ready.
And in between the shows, I would just yell Marvel stuff at the screen. I'd be like, "Amazing Spider-Man 127 first appearance Punisher," and then I would just keep going.
Just random things,
just random things. Yeah.
All right. I want to be there. We don't have one coming, right? I've heard you talk about this.
The closest place is New York, I believe.
Well,
road trip.
Yep, here we go. I think we're popular enough that we can get somebody to sponsor tickets.
If somebody would kickstart our trip to New York to see this,
fund us.
Come fund me. My PayPal is that how that works? I just tell people?
You just tell people your PayPal account.
That's how that works, right?
Put the money in there.
Just starts coming.
Here's my address. I have a mailbox out front. You could just put some dollar bills in there.
If the mailbox is full, there's a key for my house underneath the front right part of the porch. It's underneath a rock. Yeah. The rock, the word key is written on the rock.
Yes, it's very subtle. Yes. The combination to the safe is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the worst combination I've ever heard.
Also for my luggage.
Well, you never want to forget that, though.
No. That's an important one. That's a very, very important one.
That's true.
Well, Tom, thanks for coming on board, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Glad that you're going to be on every show from here forward.
Me too.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Tony?
Yeah. Yes, go on.
Thanks, man.
Hey, always a pleasure.